Welcome back to another episode with me, your girl. We're just gonna say Mel. That's what we're gonna do. If you decide to call me Mentor Mel, cool. If not, cool too. Um, yeah, so I've been away for quite some time. I've been doing a lot of things, but I've been really doing a lot of thinking and trying to figure out what makes me happy, right? And like the core root of those things that make me happy, and then trying to cultivate something monetarily that can pay for those things or allow me to do those things freely. Um, One thing about life is life costs. As much as I don't want to acknowledge that or even like give it life, it's the facts. It's the facts, especially if you live in America. Um, Everyone's about the coin. So it's very capitalist. It's the type of economy we got. So therefore, you know, things that are pushed are like working till death essentially. That doesn't sound fun to me. So I've been trying to figure out how to find my happiness and have fun while making money. It still doesn't sound right to the spirit, right? But you have to have money to do to do the travel, to do the whatever, to see the world. Unfortunately, you have to have money. And it just doesn't sit well with my spirit that it has to be like that. Um, but yeah, I've been working on that, and I have come up with some things that I do enjoy. Now I just got to make the step and put myself out there to like do it. Now, I know you're like, you got the podcast, you got all these, like, those are think pieces, if anything. The goal behind those was not to really finance anything. It's just more so to provide my thoughts to you all and maybe help you whatever it is that you're going through. Um, but today we're gonna talk about, that was such a rant. How long was that? I don't even know how long that was. Um, Today we're gonna talk about one of the things that I really did not realize that I took for granted, being an only child. So I would say there are not many only children families out there, probably. I mean, in ratio to families that have more than one sibling. Um, it's probably a very vast difference. So being a person as the only child, there were things that I had to learn. One of those things is how to play by yourself. Um, I had cousins. I still felt like I had the sibling experience, but it was part-time. So, once we done played and had fun and all this stuff, I go back home to my quiet. Okay. So I realized one thing about people with siblings, not all of them, but just like a generalization is, you know, in their household probably wasn't like fully quiet. Like I have cricket quiet. Like even the crickets ain't going. It's literally silence, you know? Um, so that's just one thing that I had to learn to adapt to and to be okay with. And I don't honestly that part I really didn't have to learn. So that was because it was already a part of my whole, you know, existence. Um, but the big thing about being the only child that I did learn for sure is solitude versus loneliness. I would say I would say I had a spout of loneliness probably in college, right? So college is like a whole you like redefine yourself. You can, you're out of the grasp of your parents. Like you're essentially free like, okay? Free like. Because it's very much the limbo between being a child to being an adult. You are like teenager in the life scale, I guess you could say. That's essentially the mental goal, that place that you're at. Um, when you master being okay in, we'll call it solitude, because loneliness is the predetermining factor for solitude. So it's like you're going to start with loneliness. You're going to start with like, oh my gosh. But once you learn how to really embrace the loneliness and I wouldn't even say get over it, but like get across that hump, because you realize loneliness is a dependent on another person. You are going to realize in life, people, there's not going to always be somebody there. Okay. You got to figure this shit the fuck out. You got to get through it. You got to whatever it. So once I realized that loneliness is such like it's such a wasted emotion, because it's so codependent. And that's the negative behind it. Loneliness is a negative word. That means you are not okay with being by yourself. You view the action of being by yourself as a negative. When I'm by myself now, it's so liberating. It's so like, I could do whatever I want in my house, wherever, by myself. Fantastic. Now, the thing that you also is such an advantage, I think, and maybe I'm biased. I'm probably biased. I'm definitely biased in this situation, but I can then choose who I want to be around. Now, granted, that is a battle in itself when you get older, but when you're younger, friends are a little easier to find because you're all in the same atmosphere, all that stuff. You got social media now, which is another way to like interact with people, but it's a double-edged sword. It can go both ways. Okay. I would say one of the biggest perks to being an only child is the fact that I can essentially build my tribe. I can build the people that I trust. Granted, this is a years long journey. It is not I find this person on the street, we're best friends in a week. Like, it's no. This takes long time of cultivation, of being in situations. Honestly, the way you should handle actual relationships when you are in a romantic relationship with somebody. Same exact play out, okay? Same exact playbook. We'll go with that, the playbook. Okay, you use the same path, the same type of deciphering, the same type of discernment. That's what you use, okay? So building that, huge advantage. Now, I will say, and again, this is outside looking in. So if you have siblings, correct. I am a-okay being corrected. I do not know your experience, but what I can do is I can observe from outside, um, and kind of look at patterns of people. That's what I do well. I really do watch patterns of people. Um, it really is probably is this is I don't know if this is trauma or not, but it's really just a way to feel a little protected, because I can kind of expect what type of reaction you may get to something. Um, Also, it gauges how well you can openly express yourself to that person too. So that's kind of why, I kind of really try and get a general grasp on a person, but that's a whole sidebar. But yeah, you follow the playbook and you learn these things about people, and then you decide who you really want to be around you, who you want to hang around with. Because again, you are the people that you hang out with. So I've also, this is again, I'm a little bit dump on y'all. But for 2024, I don't really like goals. I don't like I don't like the whole resolution goals thing. But I did make one. So I'm gonna be outside more. That's it. Not for work, but like just outside more, interacting more. So I may get sick more. Um, because listen, I've been locked in the house for 2 years, 3 years, and have enjoyed all of it. And that's why I'm talking about this whole solitude versus loneliness thing, and really mastering being in your own space. Because there was a time period where this got thrown on us and people lost their minds. It is actually fantastic to watch and think about, because it really showed you if you looked at it this deeply, and I just may have been the only one, me and my roommate, because gosh, the conversations we have. Um, but to really look at the mental state of people and how they handle change. We had an abrupt change and the world lost its mind. Now I don't know what's going on in 2024 right now because it's kind of crazy right now. There's a lot that's happened in January and we're only at February 1 or 2. We're at February 2 right now when I'm recording this. It's been wild, okay? But um yeah, that's my goal, is to just be outside more. So I've been flying my drone more. So to master being by yourself, it's really just kind of trial and error. Really, again, you got to figure out things that you like to do. That's the biggest thing. And then this is the plus to when you actually end up in a relationship, because the goal, I want y'all to understand, and this is how you know this is the person for you, is the things like in your solo journey, while you're trying to figure out, the things that you like to do, how to master being by yourself. Once you master being by yourself, what's going to happen now is you're going to find a person. You don't go look for it. The shit just happens, right? Find a person. And then can you do the things that you mastered in being by yourself with that person? That's how simple this is. That's how simple it is. If you have to think about every step. Oh, how's this gonna make me look? What if they don't like this? Da 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 da. Ba da ba da ba. All that, it's not for you. The relationship is done before it even starts. Don't even waste your time, because you're not happy with who you are as a person. Period. Okay. So it's just something to think about. And I swear people make relationships so hard. It's so simple. It's really the easiest thing there is. Problem is, problem is, y'all just don't want to accept the real truth about things, or like a person. You want to make it work. It's not, this is a rant. For relationships back in the day, grandma, granddad, been together for 50, 60, 70 years, whatever, right? Um, they made it work. We don't talk about the abuse that was within the family. We don't talk about I'm talking about like the domestic violence between the two. We don't talk about that shit, right? We also don't talk about the extreme art, like the negative side of those 50 years that they were put together. That they were together, I should say that. Um and now those same ideologies are put into these situations. Well, women have more of a voice than back then, right? So of course, they're not gonna last 50 years. Listen, you got one time to put your hands on me in a non-consensual way. Yeah, no, we're not playing that. We're not playing that game. That game we're not playing. Okay. Um, Putting those past ideologies on now, it's not gonna pull 50 years. That really, it should, maybe therapy, but like no. Okay. So you really just the goal, y'all, is you really got to learn a person, believe them the first time. Um, yes, believe them the first time. That's the biggest thing. Problem is y'all want to have this is what y'all want to have. Y'all want to have the whole Instagram reel, the before, this is how we started, this is where we're at, that whole before and after relationship shit. That's what y'all want. Y'all want the mastery of, oh, the perfect relationship. First off, social media is a highlight reel of your life. Okay, if you could see my room right now, but it looks like this house is fucking fantastic, right? It's not. It's a green screen. Okay. Like, technology can really fool you if you don't know to look. Yeah, this is a picture that I bought off of Etsy. Someone's house looks like this. It ain't my house, but yeah. Yeah. So social media is a highlight reel. This is a highlight reel. So do not compare your life to things you see on social media. It is edited. It is made to look perfect because the camera can pick up 4K. If you don't know what that means, it just means it can basically look so real. That's all I got. It could make it look real, like very real. So, yeah. Back to the original topic. Master. You have to master really being by yourself, enjoying your own space, figuring out things that you like to do, doing those things, and then figuring out how to monetize those things that you like to do. Because then again, it's not a job anymore. It's things that you like to do. You just get paid for it. So, if you enjoyed this talk, encourage me some more to like put out some more stuff. Shout out to homegirl Alexis that kind of asked me about where I've been, and yeah, so this is a little dedication episode to her, and thank you for the motivation and encouragement again. So, but yeah, I hope this was valuable. I hope you found something out of it, y'all. I got some social media pages up. If you want to find me on other things, let me make sure I have it correct. All right, so if y'all just go to Linktree, that's where all my stuff will be. Go to Linktree and then do Mentor Mel, but it's with an underscore at the end. So it makes it look like the L is capitalized, but it's not. So it's Mentor Mel with an underscore in the end. And that's how you'll find my social media podcasts. I put a YouTube for my podcast so you can see my face if you want to see my face, to put a name to the face or face to the name. Yeah. Um, I do streaming too, if you're into that. It's so random, so I do that primarily on Twitch. Oh, and then this is the other thing I've been working on. I have been working on other things, just not podcast things. Um, I have a car page for my car and basically how to maintain it, but I may try and get some more like moving content now that I have my drone, my fast drone. Oh, I'm so proud of that little thing. And get some little action shots. So once I go home and I get my family, my cousins, we gonna get some aerial footage of my car and movement. So if you're into that, find me. On YouTube, it's Mentor Mel Speaks. My car page is Mentor Mel. So just go to Linktree. That'll guide you where you need to go. So yeah, thanks again for listening. I didn't know I was being heard. So I guess I'll make some more of these, and yeah, y'all have a fantastic day and peace.